Why did Saudi Arabia just host Yemeni separatists in Riyadh weeks after striking separatist forces backed by the UAE? Yemen has become the front line of the most serious UAE-Saudi rift in decades, and Saudi Arabia is moving decisively to contain what it sees as Emirati-driven disorder in the region. Yesterday, Riyadh hosted the so-called Southern Council talks, inviting all southern Yemeni factions for secessionism. The goal is not partition, officials say, however, to bring stabilization in a framework of national unity while addressing those secessionist grievances. This, however, comes days after the Presidential Leadership Council, Yemen's internationally recognized government backed by Saudi, effectively dismantled the UAE-backed Southern Transitional Council in Aden. The STC had recently in December tried to extend its areas of control to the governorates of Hadramaut and Al-Mahra in a military operation that pushed Saudi red lines. These regions border the kingdom, contain critical oil fields, and are deeply embedded with Saudi tribal and security networks. When Emirati-backed forces ignored a Saudi ultimatum to withdraw, Riyadh responded, striking targets including Mukalla port. This marked the first direct Saudi use of force to stop an Emirati project in Yemen. As the SEC collapsed, long suppressed files surfaced: corruption, smuggling networks, secret prisons, and torture run by UAE-aligned militias. Critics now argue that what was presented as a Southern liberation project was in reality a parallel state built on fragmentation and illicit control. The same Emirati pattern has appeared elsewhere, from Sudan to the Horn of Africa, where Abu Dhabi has backed the RSF and is strengthening ties to Somaliland. Behind the scenes, Middle East Eye reported that Egypt shared intelligence with Riyadh, documenting Emirati coordination with separatist leaders. Egypt offered the UAE as a sacrifice to restore Saudi support and preserve national security, describing the step as a carefully planned maneuver. Egyptian officials claimed that Emirati backing of armed and separatist groups in Yemen, Sudan, Somaliland are a growing threat to Egypt as well. In addition to that, Saudi Arabia is now set to establish a coalition with Egypt and Somalia to curtail the UAE's influence in the region. Most strikingly, official Saudi media is now breaking precedents, openly accusing the UAE of fueling chaos in Aden, while Abu Dhabi publicly declares de-escalation. This rhetoric signals a strategic, possibly not temporary divergence. So while engaging with Yemeni separatists while upholding Yemen's unity, Saudi Arabia is making clear that it is prepared to absorb even its rivals' constituencies in order to prevent the UAE from retaining any role in Yemen's political future, thus marking what critics call a definitive end of their partnership and Riyadh's assumption of sole stewardship over Yemen's state building.